Hey, what's up guys? It's Mr. Green here, and this is my Crysis 3 gameplay slash impressions slash opinions slash thoughts on the beta and the game itself. My name is Mr. Green. If you want, you can check out my channel. I upload game content all throughout the week, all kinds of random stuff that I find fun, and I hope you guys like it, entertain, subscribe if you like my stuff. If not, then okay, that's fine. But anyway, this is Crysis 3, and the beta released about 2 weeks ago. And I've been playing it ever since, been playing a lot, putting in a lot of time to kind of gather my thoughts on whether or not I was going to get the game. At first, I was dead set on getting this game. I was 100% sure I was going to get Crysis 3 because I previously bought both Crysises. I played Crysis 1 on PC and Crysis 2 on the PS3. Played this beta on the 360, but it was available for PS3 and the PC as well. So I thought I was going to get this game. I really enjoyed Crysis 1, Crysis 2, but having said that, at the end of this beta, my opinion has shifted. I don't want to lay down the $60 for this game because all in all, the single player from Crysis 2 wasn't that memorable. Even though it was fun, had a lot of good set pieces, the graphics are great and whatnot, it wasn't that memorable, and that's what I look for in a single player first-person shooter. But then there's the online, and the online is good in a lot of places. I mean, the online is great in a lot of places, and then it falls short in a lot of places. So there's my little short rundown. So if you don't want to watch this whole video, that's my basic opinion. This game has a lot of really good things about it, and it has a lot of bad things about it. So let's start out with the good things I like about Crysis 3. The good things I like about this game is that it tried to do something different. It's same thing with Crysis 2. Crysis 2 did something different. This game did something different. A lot of people are comparing it to Call of Duty and Halo, saying it's like if Call of Duty and Halo met and had a child, this is what you would get. And yeah, I see their opinions on that, but that's doing the game a disservice because they really tried to make it as original as possible while copying and taking away the good things from other games. So that I appreciate. The good things I took away from other games is like the class setup. It has a Call of Duty-esque style class setup. If you want to see my class setup preview, you can click the annotation on the top of the screen. It'll take you there, and you can see how the class system setup works. I go through all of that. But the class system setup is almost Call of Duty 4, like, you know, the old Modern Warfare. You have your primary weapon and its attachments, your secondary weapon and its attachments. You have a grenade or explosives category. You have your 3 perks, and that's pretty much it. The perks work a little different. The perks don't work in categories. For instance, you don't have like just slot 1. Well, there's 5 perks in slot 1. There's pretty much a bunch of perks in the game, and you get to pick those out through all the slots. So the balancing might be a little tough when the full game comes out and all the perks are unveiled and available for everybody. But we'll see how that works out. So yeah, the creative class is a lot like other games. Some other things they borrowed some suit mechanics from Halo, but they did the same thing in Crysis 2. So in this game, you have an armor ability and a stealth ability, and you have to micromanage using those, which can be quite difficult if you're not used to it and you're a noob, like most people started when playing this beta and will be when the game comes out. Basically, your left bumper is your armor ability if you're playing on 360, and your right bumper is your stealth ability. The stealth ability makes you go invisible, like you see in this video. I use it quite frequently, and the armor ability makes it to where you can take more damage. You want to make sure you're careful when using these because your stealth ability drains your meter on the bottom right hand of the screen, and the armor ability makes you run slower so you're not as fast. So each of them have pros and cons, which is pretty cool. It's a cool kind of play style to play when you're trying to figure out what kind of player do you want to be. Do you want to be a player that focuses primarily on stealth? Do you want to be a run and gun player that uses armor all the time? Do you want to be a mixture of the two? I kind of prefer the mixture of the two. You'll notice I use stealth a lot, and then as soon as I see an enemy, I hit that left bumper and put the armor on, so it helps out a lot. But there's that. It's cool, you know. That's all I can really say about it. Is it's a cool feature that maybe could be implemented better, but as it stands is fun and kind of different. It's definitely a good thing to go from playing Call of Duty or Halo or Battlefield or whatever you play online to this game because it challenges you. It's a very challenging first-person shooter. I do think a lot of it is skill-based. Someone who has played Crysis for a very long time will mop the floor with me when I play against them because I played Crysis 2 for about a month. You know, like some of its features, but if you guys remember, Crysis 2 had a dreaded lag problem in the online that kept me from continuing playing it on when there was other games out there to play. So I didn't play that game as much as any, you know, Call of Duty or Halo or Battlefield game that I've been playing. You know, this game, I will say it is a beta. I want to first off state that the game is in beta, and that can affect the lag and whatnot because the beta is used to test servers and give players a taste of the game while testing out the servers. Having said that, it is fair to judge this game based on the beta, considering that the beta is out a couple weeks prior to the game's release. Okay, so you're pretty much seeing this is not the alpha, you know, beta. This isn't really pre 1 year ago quality of the game. You know, this is definitely the final set of the game. The graphics won't be much different if they are at all. The gameplay won't be much different if it is at all. So your beta is basically a demo, and they're just showing off the online while testing their servers. So let's talk about how the servers performed. The game is laggy. I have a pretty good internet connection in Call of Duty. I run with 4 bars. In Halo, I run with maximum bars. Battlefield, maximum bars. That kind of deal. In this game, it was extremely rare that I got 4 bars. Most of the time, I'm stuck with 3 bars. I noticed the lag. Some people said they didn't notice the lag. I did. It is noticeable. You can pick up on just, especially the kill cams, you can pick up on a lot of discrepancies between the two. So there's that. The frames per second dropped quite a bit too. I know it's a beta and they can fix this, hopefully patch with different optimizations for each system, but there is some frames per second problems. When a lot of things happen on screen, I noticed a little bit of a slowdown. Now, I have a friend who played this game with me. He didn't notice it as much as I did. Now, having said those two things, the lag and frames per second problems, if you're really pumped about this game, they shouldn't deter you from buying this game because it wasn't that big of a deal. I noticed it every now and then, but it definitely wasn't the dreaded lag problems that we faced in Black Ops 2 the first 2 weeks of the game coming out and are still facing. You know, that game has terrible lag issues. So don't let that deter you from buying this game if you're really pumped about it. Some other things that I maybe disliked about this game is the class customization seems a little outdated. You get your 3 perks and your basic, you know, weapons and sidearms and explosions, but it seems a little bit not as customizable as I want. Yeah, each weapon, like your primary weapon, you get three attachments and stuff like that, but other games are doing customization better now. I think Battlefield's doing it better. You know, the new Call of Duties are doing it better. They could have done more to innovate in the created class. They innovated in a lot of things in this game. They innovated with how you play, the play style. The maps are pretty open. The maps, if you notice in this map, it's a really big open map. I think they innovated there. It's not a very arena-like. It's more open. So they innovated in a lot of areas, but they didn't innovate in the creative class. So I was really disappointed with that. The weapons seem kind of generic. The kill streaks are very generic. You got your standard, you know, you got your UAV. You got a thing called the Swarm, which you pull out a rocket launcher type deal. I think I get it in this game quite a bit. And then you have something like, you know, an EMP blast, and you have some kind of, I think there's a chopper in the game. And you have this other thing which is really cool. I think it's like your 10 kill streak. And by the way, you get your kill streaks by picking up tags. You can't get a kill streak unless you pick up tags, like in Crysis 2, if you're familiar with Crysis 2. But the 10 kill streak is you pretty much go just ballistic. You have an infinite amount of stealth and armor, whatever you want to use, and it seems like extra health, and you can just go on a rampage and go crazy. So, bottom line, I had a lot of fun with the beta. I did, but I had a lot of frustrations with the beta as well. There's just too many problems. The frames per second problems, the lag problems, because I wasn't that excited about getting the game. I was edging toward getting the game, was probably definitely going to get the game. And after playing the beta for a good solid week, a good solid 5 days, I decided that I wasn't having as much fun with it as I thought I could. The game has a lot of cool aspects, a lot of moments where you really do feel like a god walking around in the game. You know, you have the armor ability and the stealth ability really make you feel like the player you want to play as. And if you're looking forward to this game, by all means get it. I'm not saying the beta is disappointing, it is bad. I'm just saying there's a couple problems with it, and I would rather play other games right now. For instance, I'm playing Ni no Kuni right now on the PS3. I'm having a blast with that game, and it's in about an 80-hour game, so I don't want it to take away my, you know, Crysis time. So I might pick up this game in the future when the price goes down, but as is, I'm not gonna be picking up the game for 60 bucks. So that is my impressions video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys took away some things, and maybe it kind of helped your opinion on whether or not you would want to buy the game. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with the beta, and it is a beta, so it's not the final game product. If you're looking for this game, pick it up. It's really cool. If you were just kind of iffy on it, maybe I provided some opinions if you didn't get to play the beta that kind of help you out. So I'm Mr. Green. I do gameplay content all throughout the week. I just upload whatever I find fun. I don't have a set schedule. I don't have set games that I upload on. I just upload whatever I find fun throughout the week. So check out my channel and feel free to subscribe or like this video if you enjoyed. And I'm Mr. Green.